Hey y'all, so someone had asked me if I had any new information on the Sudiksha Konanki case. Somebody hopped in my comments and asked me about that. So I said, this was like literally weeks ago. Well, it's been like a few comments since then asking me about the Sudiksha Konanki case, and if there has been any updates in her case. So, I did a little bit of research, and to my knowledge, there has not been any new updates in her case, unfortunately. Now, anybody that has been watching me, y'all know how I feel about the case. Y'all already know that I think it's like a whole lot of corruption regarding this case. You guys already know that I don't believe nothing that anybody in Dominican Republic has said about this case, pretty much. On this case, I mean, like, as far as authorities, as far as the people that was at the resort, I don't believe it. I don't believe Sudiksha Konanki drowns. I think that Sudiksha Konanki was just taken advantage of. I don't believe that she drowns at all whatsoever. Don't believe she's in those Dominican waters. I just think that there is like major foul play within this case. I think also, even though it's many, many, many months later, I think that Sudiksha Konanki is still alive. But I know some people is in the comments basically saying that the hope is like slim to none, but I don't really feel like that. I feel like, again, I'm gonna tell y'all again, Amanda Barry, she was found years and years and years later. I think it was like 10 years later. Everybody thought she was long gone, but she was still alive. So there's always hope in a case like this. But, each case is different. But yes, guys, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, there's no updates in her case. But I always thought it was really crazy how people at the resort were so quiet. And when I say people, I mean all parties. I mean all the guests at the resort. I mean all the receptionists, the cleaning people, the employees, all the people that worked at the resort. Everyone was just so quiet. The ones that was working during that time, those days that she was there, the ones that was partying with her, just even random people that saw her at the clubs. Because, resorts in the islands, they all pretty much have clubs where you go. It's like a regular club, but it's on a resort, right? So even like people like that, like nobody spoke up for her, you guys. No one spoke up for her. And I think that that's the part that pissed me off the most. The only person that they had pulled up to speak to authorities was Joshua Reeby. To me, that is crazy. It's this like this case is like no other, because in most cases, people pulling up neighbors, knocking door to door, trying to get, the scoop on like what's going on. And it was none of that, even though I understand that this was a vacation resort. But that's what I'm saying. It was a lot of people on the resort at the time. Why, the news people didn't interview these random people that, of course, Sudiksha Konanki didn't know, but they probably seen her in passing at the resort. It's times where, you might be staying at a resort and you just want to I don't advise this, but you just want to take a late night walk on the beach at the resort. I'm sure someone else was out there, or outside at the time that the girl, that Sudiksha Konanki walked past them and her friend group or whatever, and they saw her. I'm sure of it. Listen, it's always people that see something. Most of the time, it's always somebody, I'm saying, that sees something, even if it's just one person, right? It's always somebody or some group of people that see stuff happen, right? So I truly feel like a lot of people is walking around that know more than what they're saying. And if this is the case, then you guys need to come forward still. This happened months ago, but you guys still need to come forward and tell what you know. You know what I'm saying? Joshua Reeby, I never agreed with this. Joshua Reeby should not have been the only one that was interviewed by authorities. That was totally wrong. Her friends should have been interviewed as well. And for people that's putting out there that she's with her parents in United States, that's totally false. We all know that that's not true. So stop spreading lies. I've seen that. Those is the updates that I've seen. It's not true. I'm not going to report that because in my opinion, that's not accurate. This is a sensitive topic. You guys have to understand that this is a family, that's missing their daughter, their sister, their cousin, their niece. You know what I'm saying? You guys just be trying to make up anything for clout, and I don't agree with that at all. If I'm going to report something on my page, it's going to be accurate. There's no he say, she say here, over here. Like, no. It's going to either be accurate or I'm not reporting it, period. So that's the update that I have for you guys regarding Sudiksha Konanki. It's not much of an update, really. But you guys need to be more respectful of this young lady's family. Don't be making stuff up. Her mom is still very much so grieving her father, her family. Stop doing that, y'all. But yeah, not much of an update on Sudiksha Konanki from my research.